I'm Jess Davis with the Ulster County Regional Chamber of Commerce, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Jess Delicious. Today we're at Saunderskill Farms. Good morning, Ulster Chamber Eateries United. I am so excited. We are inside Saunderskill Farms, and we are here with the legendary Grandpa Jack.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Well, for an old man, I'm not doing too bad.
So let's talk about Saunderskill Farms. I'm so excited to be here. I love to come out here, whether I'm getting spring flowers or I'm getting corn or pumpkin picking. I love your family farm, and I'm so curious to learn more about it today. Well, Jennifer told me there's a lot of generations before her.
Jennifer is actually the 12th generation.
Wow.
On the farm. The first schoolmaker came over in 1640, and he ended up in Port Orange, which is now Albany. And that was in 1640. One of his sons, my ancestor, came back down the Hudson, and I presume ended up in Roundout, which is now Kingston, which was partially settled, and then High Falls was partially settled. I think he kept walking up the Roundout Creek, and there's, I figure, and he found this beautiful 100-acre, which we now call the Lowlands, about a mile from here, and it's on a bend of the Roundout Creek, and it's the most fertile soil in the world. There's not a stone in it, and it's grown vegetables since that day.
You mentioned earlier that this is one of the oldest, longest running family farms in America?
To my knowledge, when we got our 300-year Farm Century Award back in 1980 or so, we were the second oldest family farm in the United States at that time.
You were also telling me earlier about how Saunderskill came about. The name of Saunderskill and your boys.
Well, we have, there are two sons, and we have, up until a couple years ago, we had a three-way partnership. And the two boys went to school at Doylestown, Pennsylvania, Delaware Valley College of Science and Agriculture. They graduated in 1979. They came home and they wanted to farm with me. And
Look at the smile
I said,
on that face.
I said, work for a year and then we'll talk about it. So they worked for a year, and we sat down and talked, and I said, okay, I'll take you in as partners. Third. Every banker that I did business with says, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have given a third and a third and a third. I said, why not? They're family. And fortunately, and I was quite sure it's worked out well, and that was in 1980. We didn't know what to call it, and Danny, the oldest son, let's call it Saunderskill. The Saunderskill Mountain Creek, whatever you want to call it, comes out of the Schwanga Mountains near Minnewaska, and it runs about 3 miles from the top of the Schwanga Mountain, and it goes through about 100 acres of our farm and empties into the Roundout on our farm. So we called it Saunderskill. We were one of the first farms in the valley to grow super sweets.
For a long time, farmers were just so overlooked, and I think that as a country, we're looking back to how important farms and farmers are to us. And it's not an easy job, is it?
Well, you gotta love it. I don't think you can, no job is easy. The joy of seeing the end results you plant the seed and 3 months later, 2 months later, you pick the fruit. And of course, when I was a kid, driving a tractor was the most fun.
You've got 13th generation grandchildren, right?
Great grandchildren.
Amazing.
Great grandchildren. 11, 13 generation great grandchildren.
Do you think they'll carry on this tradition someday?
I think they'll carry on the farm. I don't think they'll farm the way we did.
Here, what are you most proud of when you look around at this farm and outside on all of those acres that we talked about?
I guess the easiest way to answer that is everything. I'm proud that the family is interested. I'm proud that the guy upstairs has been good to us, over the years. Just everything.
When I come here, it's almost overwhelming because I want all of it. First you step in and you've already kind of glimpsed at like the greenhouse with all the beautiful flowers, and just the landscape is beautiful here. And then you walk right into cases of pies and muffins and the oatmeal bar, and then you've got the refrigerated section, and you step to the left and there's just colorful produce and more baked goods and local dairy, and I mean, you just want this all. I love to come to Saunderskill Farms.
Well, thank you.
Do your whole grocery haul here.
The public has been very, very, very supportive of it, and I'm very, very thankful that they have been supportive. My favorite way to eat corn is when I go out in the field in the morning, rip off an ear and eat it.
Found the fresh baked cookies. This is oatmeal raisin. I just want to show you something else I just caught out of the corner of my eye. Magic cookie bars, just like grandma makes. My grandma makes them really good, but don't tell her. I think magic cookie bars at Saunderskill Farms are the best here. They're a family favorite. And look at that, it's still warm underneath on the tray. Sample a few of the things while we're here today, and I'm right outside of the farm stand in this beautiful shaded garden area. There's a little stream and flowers. It's just so beautifully landscaped. Once again, I'm going to be trying the penny sandwich. This is the biggest seller here, and it is tuna, onion, celery, carrot, bread and butter pickles, Munster cheese, lettuce, and mayo on a pumpernickel bread. This is all ready to go. They made this fresh this morning, and it's grab and go from the cooler. Can't wait. This might be the best tuna sandwich I've had in a really long time. Look at those pickles in there. Munster cheese is the perfect complement to the tuna, sweet with the carrots, crunchy with the celery. And the bread has raisins and the pumpernickel. New on the menu in the bakery is this glazed donut muffin, and I had to try it. I got the last one. I'm not going to use a fork. Oh my gosh. There's a hint of cinnamon. It's super rich, just the right amount of sweet. And really, you just have to come and get one for yourself. So good. There are dozens of fresh baked pies inside. Couldn't decide which one to have. So these were all sliced fresh this morning. I'm gonna try a little of each. I've got the 5 fruit pie, apple crumb, and peach berry. Mackenzie recommended all 3 of these. First, let's do some peach berry because it's still summer. Peach berry has blueberries and cherries in it. You can see the cherry right there. 5 fruit pie, apples, rhubarb, strawberries, red raspberries, and blackberries with a simple pie crust, simple ingredients, sugar, water, flour. Look at the raspberry. Incredible bold flavor, not too sweet. Apple crumb pie, and this crumb has a little bit of crushed nuts into it. Look how beautiful that is. It just makes you yearn for autumn. I know I'm a summer girl. I love summer. I'm not rushing it. But the end of summer, heading into autumn, thinking about pies and chilies and farm fresh. I just want to bring it back to these pies for one last take. But I want to tell you a little bit about each of them. Mackenzie originally said to me, go for the 5 fruit. And I thought that sounds a little much. Rhubarb, I'm not the biggest fan. It ended up being my favorite out of the 3. Peach berry was nice, just a little hint of that berry. The peach softens it up. It's fruity, it's summery. And the apple crumb makes me think of a day of apple picking, heading home into the kitchen, peeling, slicing, baking. The crumb topping is the win. I saved the magic cookie bar for last, and I just want you all to know that the magic cookie bar is not the only thing here at Saunderskill Farms that's magical. You've all got to get here because everything at Saunderskill Farms is just delicious.